What's going on? All right, how's everybody doing today? Personally, I'm doing pretty good. So, we got to figure this tree situation out. This terrain in front of my base is looking a little bit too bare. So, trees, ground cover, all of that. As you can see, I already started on the trees. And I watched this video and it helped a lot. I kind of modeled a lot of what I do around what he said in that video. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm starting with a trunk made out of tuff with some mud bricks mixed in, using the walls just so it's a little bit thin, and towards the base, having the trapdoors on there for those few extra pixels. It goes a long way. And just building up, eventually switching to spruce and having these sticks made out of fences and gates with trapdoors for the thinner parts of the sticks or the branches, mixing in birch and spruce leaves all around, and then towards the top it switches to azalea leaves because they're a lot brighter. And if I can go on top of this one, I can show you that at the very top there is a flower pot with a spruce sapling in it, and when you go up close you can see that, right? But down here, when you're on the ground, it just looks like a peak, and I might need to work on that one. But as it gets closer to the top, it gets lighter, and then got that sapling sitting on the moss block, which is also a pretty light block. I don't know how I feel about these trees. I'm going to mess around and probably have different types of trees throughout this terrain. Maybe I'll have this and then some sort of larger tree as well, and have those two kind of mixed around here, splattered around as needed. And I want to ideally replace all of the trees that are on this mountain. Well, maybe not all the trees on the mountain, but at least in this, front area right here and just around the base. So those cherry blossoms too, I'm going to have to get some custom trees for those as well, which I know for sure will be a lot more challenging, but I think it will look great and a lot less blocky. So I'm excited. Also, I want to build a greenhouse for this right here. Beeswax or honeycomb, whatever it's called. Somewhere around here, maybe. I have a little bit of a design that I've been messing around with in creative, and I'm going to keep tweaking it, and eventually I will put that in here. That might be this episode. It might be next episode. Don't know. But I do have a lot to do. So we got to get to work. So the bush saga continues, but I have now realized that I can just bone meal one and then just have an infinite amount. So the entire, spectacle of speeches that I was having to myself about not being able to get any bushes and being scared about not getting bushes and just being exaggerative and dramatic about it. That's come to an end. So I'm happy about that. So in addition to the trees, I decided I might as well add a little bit more stuff to this terrain. So I'm kind of going around creating these little bushes slash stone wall placements. I don't really know what to call them, but just kind of little, stone pieces that are made out of cobblestone, mossy cobblestone walls, just to add a little bit of detail to the terrain. And I'm putting oak leaves around them. I've been using spruce leaves for the border around the wheat farm, and I've been using birch leaves as well as spruce leaves and azalea leaves for that. So I thought I'd have a little bit of contrast and put some oak leaves around here. Although, let's see, the spruce leaves might look a little better. No, yeah, I think I'd kind of like the brighter look of these. But yeah, just combining them with andesite walls for a large majority of them. Placing one on top, maybe one on the side, kind of make it look like there's a bush around it. And I was thinking about maybe having some bushes just by themselves, like this. But the thing about these is it kind of looks a little strange without a solid block inside of it to kind of prevent it from being a, mostly see-through object, which I think the whole see-through part of it makes it weird because, a real life bush has sticks and these do not. These are just leaves. These aren't really bushes. So they're see-through, you know? So to have something kind of inside of it, amongst it, I guess would be the word, um, I find that it helps a lot. And guys, feel free to give me feedback on anything I'm doing here. I'm open to all suggestions. I want this to look as good as possible. So yeah. And I've decided that the decision of making literally everything moss is not quite the best thing to do. So I've combined some stone in here just on the spots where there's two mosses in a row. Like if there's one on top of the other, I'll just replace the one below it with stone. So basically the rule is whatever's exposed to the sky is moss and anything below that is stone if it is exposed. And as you can see, I mixed in some stone, some mossy stone brick, but I really think that mossy cobblestone would fit better, and also it'd be easier to craft and make. So yeah, just trying to get little things like that to make it look good, as well as the trees while I'm at it. Taking breaks whenever needed. Yeah, I definitely think this looks a lot better. It looks more natural and detailed as well because I noticed when I was out here, looking at it from where it will usually be looked at from, I can't really tell that much where the stone. Okay, so I'll use that as an example. I mean, you can see it, but once you get further out, of course, I don't know. You can't really see these smaller lines because these are both stone and they're not identical textures, um, aside from the lines, but they are similar. So having this more complex texture that also resembles a sort of natural rock, I think that helps a lot. I don't know why I did brick in the first place. I think it's just what I had on hand. I honestly don't remember, even though it was just earlier today. But we're not going to talk about that. I need to watch a YouTube video or something because it almost feels like there is a way that I could be doing this with a uh, purpose is not the word, but with a pattern instead of just mixing it in randomly. Because although this does look good, I don't know. I do have a slight feeling that there's a way that I could do this in a uniform fashion. And maybe that would look better. But I can't really think of what that would be. So maybe I should do some research, or maybe I should just leave it and count my blessings because it makes it look better. Definitely. Okay, so as you can see, I have done a little bit more work to the terrain. So I got these 3 trees in so far, and I've kind of just been focusing on a few other things just to take a break from the trees, which of course I'll get back to that. But creating this path, I've made the path itself, but now I need to have, the surrounding things like the buttons and the walls and the leaves and all those things that make paths look good in this game. So we need those things to complement the path, but as far as actually using our shovel to dig that dirt out, that job is done, at least for now. I've also added in the moss carpets. Is that the name for them? Moss carpets? That's a funny name. What is it? Yeah, moss carpet. There you go. I love it. Yeah, just I've done that, those 2 things, and I need to get more moss carpets. I don't think there's enough. I thought maybe I was scared of having too many, but I don't think that that's a problem. I think it's the opposite. But I've also been messing around with bone mealing just for the grass and the ferns and things like that. And I've scattered around a few of these bigger bushes. I know I was talking earlier about how I thought they looked weird with no blocks inside or amongst them, but I think that's really just a scale thing. Like if I were to have this without the walls, obviously it would be see-through because there's not the leaves stacked up on each other. But with this, you can't really see anything on the inside. So, yeah, like I said, messing around with all of these components and all of these elements of the terrain. And these trees, man, I think part of me is scared to keep building them because I know once I commit to an idea, it's going to take a long time to build that uh with the amount of trees I want to have, and I just don't want to mess things up. I still have not decided if this is the tree I want to go for. And I know, I was saying earlier I want to have maybe these and then some bigger trees, but I don't have the confidence in myself at this moment to figure something out for that. So, yeah, I've done a little bit of creative work, meaning going into a creative world. And I guess I'll just keep doing that until I can find out how to build these bigger and have them look good. Probably not the exact same design. We'll see what we can work with though. But I think the terrain is coming on. Oh, and I removed those annoying torches and moved my shulker boxes and crafting tables and bed and blah 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 blah. I moved all that over here because it was right there and it was messing up the view, and the torches were messing up the view. Oh my god, I hate torches. I hate torches. I don't know why I did it because it didn't even mob proof anything enough. And it's not like I really work during the nighttime anyways out here. So it just looks more natural now. It looks more real. Because in real life, you're not going to look at a landscape and see a bunch of torches and shulker boxes everywhere. That just kind of messed up the view. But I think things are looking better now. Yeah, not bad. In my humble opinion, we'll keep working on it. So I have made a little bit of progress on these trees. Working on this one right now. You kind of see the bone structure of it, because I haven't put on any of the leaves yet. And I mean, man, let me tell you, this has been just mainly for getting the leaves and the wood for the fences. I keep having to just go back over there or over here, depending on where I am, and recrafting things and regathering materials and planting trees, which it's a pretty mundane task, honestly, both in the resource gathering and now, honestly, in the making of the trees themselves, just because I've done it so many times. But it's a little bit annoying, and I suppose I should be grateful, because I was overthinking it a lot before, just not really knowing what to do, and now I've both gotten better at it, like a tiny bit, and I've also learned to appreciate the differences in the trees and not really go for perfection, especially in these spots right here where there's multiple. Like, down there, I was down here, I was kind of focusing a little more on, oh, a little lag. Oh, brother, that's not good. I was focusing a little more on perfection over here, but up there, it doesn't really matter as much, And they look virtually the same. I think that it just kind of got evened out by the fact that I did it so many times. So, yeah, oh, by the way, every time I go over here, I think there's some sort of encampment under here or something. Also, look at this inventory right here. If that doesn't tell you what you need to know about this experience, now I don't know what will. But I need to figure out where is the zombie noise coming from? Because quite frankly, I'm tired of it. Hold on. Don't tell me. Is it inside of Freddy Fazbear? It sounds like it's inside of Freddy Fazbear. Do not go inside of Freddy Fazbear at 3 a.m., guys. That's the lesson. Okay. Well, maybe that's not a good way to phrase it. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that. I didn't build that. I don't want to mess it up because that's just an art piece right there, man. Yeah, just ignore that guy in there. Anyway, I think it looks okay. I think these cherry blossoms are in the way for now, so I might chop those down pretty soon and kind of just see what it looks like without them. Because I'm starting to debate probably leaving them out for now first of all, so the view, because they're pretty blocky trees, so sometimes the view is hindered for the actual storage base up there, which is I keep calling it that, but it's for now it's just my base, and I'm planning on having a full bedroom in there with everything. But yeah, those can kind of get in the way of both the base and the trees back there, so I think I might chop those down, see what it looks like, and either just wait a little bit so I can learn how to properly build custom cherry blossom trees and like have them in the right spot to where it complements the build rather than blocks it. I'll either do that or maybe I'll find that it just looks better with only one type of tree and I'll just stick with that. But as far as right now goes, and yes, I still have this little enclosure for the gas instead of a proper building like I said I was going to do. Don't mind that. Anyways, as far as right now, I need to oh, yeah. Y'all want that smoke, huh? Yeah. Yeah. I'm not the greatest at combat, but my heart's in the right place, okay? And I'm gonna defend my home. So yeah, I'm gonna sleep, and afterwards, I have something very important to do. If this slowness effect can wear off for me real quick. There we go. So this cow enclosure right here, it's I don't know. I never finished putting the candles all the way around, and I kind of think I want to put black candles around on top of the fences. See, this is this dilemma that I've been having for many of my builds. The interior of my base, this bridge, and this, I will start something out with brown candles because it makes sense, right? Wood is brown. You put brown on top of that, looks like a proper peak. But no, 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 no. It's too bright. And black just looks better for a lot of cases. And I keep being in denial every time, thinking, no, this time I can use brown. Anyways, let me not get off topic here. These cows, they're beautiful, okay? I'm not sure what they're doing right now, but they are beautiful just the way they are. Although there are some other cows that might be a little more beautiful just the way they are. And those are the relatively new I don't know what they're called. The brown ones. So we're going to go find some brown ones. And I guess they're brown too, but like the ones that are in the I don't know the name of the biome either. The fluffy brown cows, the fluffy light brown cows. That's what we need, okay? Don't mind my laptop lagging at the slightest sign of travel. Anyways, we need those cows, man. So we're gonna go get those cows. If my chunks will load, then that's what we're gonna do, okay? It should be a very fun adventure. I don't go on adventures much anymore. I'm bound by my addiction to expanding the visual aesthetic prowess and purpose of my base. Um, but I don't know. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I was scared of. Sorry. Oh no. Oh, this is not good. Oh, 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 whoa. Okay. That's not good either. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my laptop recently, but something's not good. Ah, yeah. Uh-huh. Just as planned. Just like everything else I do, I didn't do much research into how I'm gonna properly accomplish this, or how one should properly accomplish this, I should say. So I think you can just put them in a boat and then lead the boat. So that sounds pretty cool to me. Oh, is that not the biome that they spawn in? If I can, if I can wait for a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that makes sense. Just dawned on me I might need two boats. Oh, no. Oh, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to leave that tree hanging. I'm sorry. Ah, ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, I forgot my gas. Now I gotta walk. So if I can just properly do this. Hey, don't worry guys, I'm fully aware of the fact that this is like watching a child play this game, or like watching someone who's never played this game play this game, but hey, that's okay. I will say it would be nice if I knew the coordinates to my base instead of just going closer to 0, 0 and then kind of navigating my way there when I recognize where I am. I seem to have forgotten my bed. Honestly, I'm not sure if I can just use my elytra. I don't think I can. I'm pretty sure they would just die from fall damage when I try to land. I tried to do that with some villagers and that's what happened, so I'm just not even going to take the risk. And I'm scared to look it up because I'm scared that I'll see it say that I technically can do it and things will go okay. And then that will kind of enable me and make me overconfident, and then I'll find a way to mess it up and kill these guys. I really want to play it safe. Like at this point, these cows are my babies, man. I got to keep them safe. I got to keep them safe from danger. I can't do reckless stuff like that. Oh, my gas would be so useful. But I'm going to choose to enjoy this journey. It's grounded me, it's humbled me. It's reminded me of life without luxury and flight and mystical fantasy powers. And that's not... Oh! And here we are. No coordinate memorization needed. There's my base, there's my bridge. Come on. Yeah, come on. That's not how that works. You can't teleport. And home sweet home. We have made the journey. We've completed it. Guys, look. Look, I brought some friends for you. Don't worry, I'm definitely not going to, slaughter you because I have these new guys here. I'm definitely not going to do that. So don't even think like that, okay? That's not going to happen. You should know me by now. You should know that I'm not going to do that. And so, yes, here we go. One big happy family. Isn't this just beautiful? Their aesthetic, it's pretty cool. They're all fluffy and nice. I should probably get a little bit more food for them so they can start, getting down to business. I've already done it once, but we're gonna need more than 3 cows. So yeah, everybody, a bit of a shorter one today. I've been kind of swamped with a few other things, and blah blah blah, and I wanted to start on the trees, make decent progress, maybe give the people a little bit of entertainment, and by the people I mean the people, I mean the people. That's what I mean. That's how that goes. I'm gonna keep continuing on these trees. I'm gonna make a little greenhouse for some honeycomb. And yeah, guys, we got a lot in store. For this terrain. I'm gonna fix this, by the way. This looks ridiculous. Okay, this looks ridiculous. And yeah. Oh, while I'm at it, ow, it does look a little less clogged without the blocky cherry blossoms. And yeah, it definitely looks a little bit empty in certain spots. I think just this left side from my view of my base in general, like especially when you're in the air, it's like it feels like something should be right here, as opposed to it just kind of steeply going down and there's nothing there and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, man, I think this will look very good when I replace all these trees. It will kind of help the overall view from down there. And I need to figure out what to build right there. Like I said, I know I'm going to build a greenhouse somewhere down here. And that will be for some honeycomb. And this, yeah, I guess I just need to figure out what I need and just build my next building based around that and put it up there. It will be nice to have things, more close to my base, my storage. So yeah, we got a lot to do next episode. Oh, before you go, watch this. Watch this, bro. 1. Oh, sorry. 2. 2.